The AH-1Z Viper, America's deadliest attack helicopter. Twin engines, four-bladed rotors, weapons that can destroy targets before enemies know what hit them. This is the gunship that rewrote the rules of modern air combat. The evolution. The Viper didn't appear overnight. It evolved from a legendary lineage. In 1996, the US Marine Corps faced a problem. Their aging fleet of AH-1W Super Cobras needed replacement. These helicopters had served for decades, proven in combat, reliable, deadly. But technology was advancing. Threats were evolving. The Marines needed something better. They launched the H-1 Upgrades program. The mission? Develop a next-generation attack helicopter without starting from scratch. Bell Helicopter got the contract. They'd built the original Cobras. They knew the platform intimately. The challenge was massive. Take a Vietnam-era design philosophy. Infuse it with 21st century technology. Create something that shares parts with existing helicopters to reduce costs, but performs like nothing that came before. The result was the AH-1Z Viper, also called the Zulu Cobra in reference to its variant letter. First production helicopter delivered in 2005. Full-rate production started in 2010. By 2022, US domestic production had concluded. The Viper was complete. But what makes it so special? The four-bladed revolution. Look at the Viper from above. The first thing you notice, 4 rotor blades. This doesn't sound revolutionary, but it is. Every Bell helicopter before this used 2-bladed rotors. It was their signature, their identity. 2 blades meant simplicity. Lower weight, easier maintenance. But 2 blades also meant vibration. Lots of it. The AH-1Z switched to a composite 4-bladed main rotor system. The change reduced vibrations by 70%. 70%. That's not just comfort, that's combat effectiveness. Less vibration means more accurate weapons delivery, less crew fatigue during long missions, better sensor performance. The new rotor is also ballistically tolerant up to 23mm rounds. It can take hits and keep flying. Combined with upgraded General Electric T700GE 401C turboshaft engines, the Viper gained massive lift capability. More power, more payload, more range. The transmission was upgraded to handle the increased torque. Everything designed to work together seamlessly. Flying characteristics improved dramatically. The Viper is faster, more agile, more responsive than any Cobra before it. The glass cockpit step inside the Viper. 2 integrated digital cockpits. Pilot seated at the rear, co-pilot gunner at the front. Both cockpits are identical. Every system duplicated. If one crew member is incapacitated, the other can fly and fight alone. Multifunction flat panel displays show everything. Flight data, weapon status, target information, threat warnings, no analog gauges, no mechanical instruments, pure digital integration. The helmet-mounted display system is called FLIR TopOwl. It provides 24-hour day/night capability. Binocular display with a 40-degree field of view. Critical flight information and target data appeared directly in the pilot's line of sight. Look at a target, designate it, fire, all without taking hands off the controls. The system tracks head movements. Where the pilot looks, the sensors follow. 3rd-generation forward-looking infrared. The longest range and highest accuracy of any helicopter sight in the world. Completely passive. No radar emissions to give away position. The Viper can identify and track multiple targets simultaneously, before the enemy even knows it's there. The arsenal. The AH-1Z carries more weapons options than any rotary wing aircraft in history. Start with the nose. General Dynamics M19720. Millimeter 3-barreled Gatling gun. Firing rate, 1,500 rounds per minute. Chin-mounted, turret controlled. Devastating against ground targets and light aircraft. But that's just the beginning. 4 weapons pylons, each capable of carrying multiple configurations. AGM-114 Hellfire missiles, the standard for anti-armor warfare. Lock-on before launch or lock-on after launch capability. Hydra 70 rockets, 2.75-inch unguided rockets, perfect for area suppression and soft targets. And here's what sets the Viper apart from every other attack helicopter on Earth: AIM-9 Sidewinder air-to-air missiles. The Viper is the only attack helicopter in the world with fully integrated air-to-air missile capability. Not experimental, not jury-rigged. Fully integrated. It can engage enemy helicopters, fixed-wing aircraft, drones. This isn't theoretical. The Viper was designed from the start to dominate the airspace above the battlefield. Ground forces call for close air support. The Viper arrives, destroys ground targets. Then an enemy helicopter appears. The Viper transitions from ground attack to air-to-air combat seamlessly. Launch a Sidewinder, eliminate the threat, return to ground support mission. No other platform can do this. Survivability. Carrying weapons means nothing if you can't survive long enough to use them. The Viper was designed with survivability as a core principle. Infrared suppression system covers engine exhausts, reducing heat signature dramatically. Laser warning system detects when enemy laser designators paint the aircraft. Radar warning system alerts crew to incoming radar-guided threats. Radar jammer actively disrupts enemy targeting systems. Smart countermeasures dispenser with missile warning device. Automatically deploys chaff and flares when threats are detected. The fuselage uses crash-worthy seats. Energy-absorbing landing gear. Self-sealing fuel tanks. Fuel vapor inerting system prevents explosions even if tanks are punctured. Low infrared reflective paint reduces visibility to thermal imaging. Small silhouette makes it harder to spot visually. Every component designed to bring the crew home alive. Because the Viper doesn't just need to kill, it needs to survive killing. Naval operations. The Marine Corps operates differently than the Army. They deploy from ships, amphibious assault vessels, aircraft carriers. The Viper was designed specifically for this environment. Fuselage and external components coated to resist saltwater corrosion. Critical for prolonged service at sea. The rotor system folds for compact storage on ship decks. Maintenance designed to be performed in harsh conditions with limited tools. Only 10 tools needed for field maintenance. Simple, practical, marine-proof. The Viper operates from small forward operating bases, unprepared landing sites, ship decks pitching in rough seas, day or night, all weather conditions. This versatility makes it indispensable for marine expeditionary units. Cost and efficiency. Sticker price, approximately $30 million per aircraft. Expensive, but cost-effective compared to alternatives. Here's why. The AH-1Z shares 84% of its parts with the UH-1Y Venom utility helicopter. Same engines, same avionics, same survivability systems, same rotor system. This commonality slashes logistics costs. One set of spare parts supports 2 different aircraft types. Maintenance crews trained on one platform can work on both. Reduced training costs for pilots, for mechanics, for support personnel. The Viper requires vastly reduced lifecycle costs compared to other attack helicopters. More capability, lower total ownership cost. That's why the Marines chose this platform. Performance specs, maximum speed, 230 miles per hour, 200 knots, cruising speed, 160 miles per hour, 139 knots, combat radius, 150 miles, 131 nautical miles. But here's what's impressive. Sideward and rearward flight speeds can eclipse 50 miles per hour, 45 knots. Most helicopters move slowly sideways or backward. The Viper doesn't. It can fly sideways at highway speeds, backwards at highway speeds. This agility is combat critical. Engage target, slide sideways behind cover, all without turning around. Pop up, fire, drop down, reposition. Traditional helicopters can't do this effectively. The Viper can. Minimum design life, 10,000 flight hours. But the Marines plan to keep them flying much longer. These aircraft are built to last decades. Global dominance. The Viper isn't just an American asset. International customers recognize its capabilities. Designed to operate in extreme environments, desert heat, Arctic cold, tropical humidity. The versatility makes it attractive to militaries worldwide. But the Marine Corps remains the primary operator, deployed as part of Marine Light Attack Helicopter Squadrons, HMLAS. Detachments deploy with Marine Expeditionary Units, supporting ship-based amphibious operations, providing rotary wing close air support, anti-armor capabilities, armed escort, armed reconnaissance, fire support coordination under day, night, and adverse weather conditions. The Viper doesn't just support Marines, it enables them. Ground forces advance, knowing air support is minutes away. Landing zones are secured by armed escorts that can fight their way in and out. Enemy armor is destroyed before it can engage friendly forces. The battlefield is shaped by the Viper's presence. The AH-1Z Viper represents the pinnacle of attack helicopter design. It took a legendary platform, added modern technology, created something entirely new. Four-bladed rotors, glass cockpit, integrated weapons systems, unmatched survivability. The only attack helicopter with fully integrated air-to-air missiles, compatible with the widest array of ordnance in rotary wing history. Designed for naval operations, built for combat, proven in the field. From Vietnam-era origins to 21st century dominance, the Viper embodies evolution through engineering. When Marines need close air support, they know exactly what's coming. The sound of twin turboshaft engines, the sight of 4 rotor blades cutting through the sky. The AH-1Z Viper, the most advanced gunship ever built. If this deep dive into America's deadliest attack helicopter impressed you, smash that like button. Subscribe for more military technology breakdowns. Turn on notifications. Quick question for the comments. Which weapon system on the Viper is most impressive? The air-to-air Sidewinders or the Hellfire anti-armor missiles? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.